Hello, Miss Vanessa. You have been chosen for being a spy. Please read the today's mission.
Also known as Adelitas, were the women who participated in the revolutionary movement of Mexico. As men, they were against the injustices that the government of Porfirio Diaz, against the rural communities. They defended the idea that land should be from the people who work in it. Now we're going to see the economic impact and its causes before the revolution. Most Mexicans lived under the feudal system that was imposed by Porfirio Diaz. Mexican economy depended mainly on foreign investors. Later, as the worldwide economy failed, people felt abandoned and decided to rise against it. The effects in the economy during and after the revolution. Constantly, the transport that carried food and resources was being destructed and the people got really poor and hungry. This is why most of the soldaderas came from low or poor social classes. As soldaderas had stretched bounds with the soldiers, they weren't even paid for their work or services. And after the Civil War and all the effort of soldiers and soldaderas, Mexicans were still very poor.
Hello, here I'm going to present you the social impact of the soldaderas. First, the armed conflict was seen as a fight against the perpetuation. Second, most of the important leaders and figures had been men, and the soldaderas broke the stigmata. Third, without women they would not have eaten, slept, or fought. Some of them needed to change their names and clothes to be part of the troop, such as Petra Herrera, who changed her name to Pedro Herrera. Fourth, they could make the same task as men without being thrown after the revolution. Fifth, they were two important women, Carmen Nanales and Juana Gutierrez de Mendoza. They were called the Coronelas because they had people in their charge and defeated a lot of men during the revolution. Sixth, one stanza of a song refers to the revolution when the men fought in horses, meanwhile the women need to walk all the path carrying the men things. It says, Soy realera y tengo mi Juan. Seventh, the Rieleras were called Adelitas because they supplied the armament, acted as spies, and fought for their rights as women and citizens of the Republic. Eighth, thanks to its multiple tasks, ranging from agriculture production, the use of firearms, and the design of military strategies, Mexico achieved its freedom.
Now we are going to see the political impact that there was during the Mexican Revolution. This time, women were not considered citizens as established by the 1857 Mexican Constitution, which meant that they could not vote and have no voice in the political future of the country. Also, without citizenship, women were forced to depend on male figures in their lives to care for them. The Mexican Revolution managed to overthrow the dictator Porfirio Diaz and the privilege created for his family. With the fall of the regime, democracy was restored and the creation of new rules framed in a state of law was possible, with full respect for the three public powers. Also, the creation of a Congress was realized, with two chambers, one of senators and the other of deputies, was allowed. Finally, thanks to the Mexican Revolution, freedom of work and a system of labor was established. How is Mexico now? Now, in Mexico, women also participate in political issues, and now in Mexico there are political parties such as the Industrial Revolutionary Party, Labor Party, and the Citizens Movement Party.
The country was divided in two armies, also known as the Convencionistas and the Constitucionistas. The Constitucionistas were over the lead of Venustiano Carranza, and the Convencionistas were over the lead by Francisco Villa. The Convencionistas, they were led by Villa to fight over the Constitucionalistas that were against over the federal government. They want to protect the government. And the Constitucionalistas, they want to topple the federal government to keep the constitutional order in the country. All of the women that participated in the revolution were too brave, because instead of staying in their houses, waiting for their husband to come back, they went with them in all the revolution and fought like them and demonstrate that they can make the same things as a man.
They represented a change in the perspective of women in Mexico. They started performing tasks that people thought men only can fulfill, showing that women are capable of doing anything with effort and persistence. They participated by fighting, for this they had to work as men, they cooked for the soldiers, and also worked as nurses. She dressed as a man and changes her name to Pedro Herrera. She participated actively in many fights in the troop of Pancho Villa. She was known for her strength in battle, courage, and leadership. Thanks to this, she could rebel that was a woman and remain in the army. She directed the troop to the Batalla de Torreón in May 1614 with other 400 women. Although Petra had many achievements during the Revolutionary War, Pancho Villa refused to give her the title of general and hide her participation in the war. That's why she left Pancho's troop and formed her own army conformed only by women. She ended working as a spy and she was attacked by drunk soldiers and died in 1916. She was a welder, explosive expert, spy, and sometimes she cooked for the soldiers. She joined the Mexican Revolution along with his father. In 1911, federal soldiers entered her home searching for rebels and tried to rape her sister, who first killed the soldier with a gun and then shot herself. After seeing this, Angela Jimenez swore to kill federals. She dressed as a man and called herself Angel. Wounded by a bullet, she left the army and emigrated to California, where she was one of the founders of the Veterans of the Revolution organization from 1910 to 1920. Angela died in 1990. Her last words were, "Until I see you, my Jesus." Thanks to her mother's teachings, the desire to transmit learning was born in her. So she went to Jerez and received the title of professor at the Escuela Normal de Zacatecas in 1894, where time later she became director. But as the Revolutionary War continued, risking her life, she decided to change her profession to a nurse, saving many lives. Beatriz converted the school into a hospital. On June 23, 1914, when Pancho Villa had one of the most bloody fights, the school reached an asylum for more than 500 federal and revolutionary soldiers, all cared without distinction, just with love and patience. She refused to give Villa information about the wounded soldiers, so she was taken to be shot. When she had already lost all hope of saving her life, a car arrived with an order for stopping the execution. This occurred because she was loved among the people and it was not convenient for Pancho to kill her. After this, many acknowledgements were named after her.